Okay, so what ends up for most people not confident with push-ups, the first thing that goes wrong is the setup. So with our hands, should be the width of our shoulders, not outside, not super stacked close, or somewhere in here. I have my wrist joint, my elbow joint, and my shoulder joint. They should be all in a straight line when I put my hands down. So before I even put full weight down, I'm making sure that that's there. So when I'm cueing it, it's hands, or set up those hands, whatever. Wrist, elbow, shoulder. From here, this should maintain what we call neutral. So my butt is almost, for many will feel like it's tucked underneath, but we kind of have to do that to get our low abs on to start before we take our weight off. But I don't want us to get set up and be here with the soft back. Get that nice and straight. If I'm stacked on top, we then go to our plank. My plank should have feet as wide as my hands. We're not close. As wide as my hands. From here, if I'm not super strong with push-ups yet, I drop my knees and I say, take your plank with you. Meaning, I'm in my plank, and that doesn't change when I put my knees down to here or to here. I lost my plank if I went that way. So I take my plank and my weight stays on top of my hands. That's my full weight. From here, when I go down, my elbows should go like an arrow or a 45 degree. A lot of times if we don't trust ourselves, we don't trust our tricep, they wing out. That's super dangerous on your shoulder. Women specifically end up with this push-up a lot of the time, really wide, and we're here. No. Get your hands underneath you. Those arms are gonna go at a 45. So even if I'm on my knees, that doesn't change. As I start to lower myself, what ends up happening is a collapse of the shoulder if I'm not super strong in it. So I'm gonna do 2 reps that I don't like and watch in between my shoulders. That's gonna be the collapsing of the shoulders. We've taken the stability out of our shoulder and that push away feeling, so my back is actually gonna be helping me get down. So I wanna keep that space between my shoulders and be lowering myself with the back of my shoulder and my lats and other muscles that we don't really need to clarify. So if I'm here, what I'm looking for shoulder movement wise is they stay kind of separated. For many, that position and that what I just did alone is gonna be super hard, and we probably can't get all the way down to the ground holding those positions. So from the front, same idea. I'm doing this so you can see the angle of my arms, kind of pulled away from my body, not here, and also not here. Ow, that hurts. Don't do that. Okay. So if you're that person that's like, that's great, I see exactly what you want me to do, I can't do that. The way that I progress any push-up and a lot of movements is getting good at the lowering portion, or what we call the eccentric, but it's the lowering portion. So I tell my clients and my kids, if you give me nothing else, lower really slow for as long as you can, and when you lose it, okay, we're just on the ground, tighten your abs back up, and push up however you need to. It's not gonna look super pretty like that, but if we can get really good at just the down, let the up be what it is, we can start to build the push-up, as opposed to, I'm just gonna get down there as fast as I can and hope I can push up. You're more concerned about the pushing up a lot of the time because that's the name of the exercise. If we can get good at the down, the up will come. Another step from there, let's say, okay, I can crank out I don't know, 10, 15 knee push-ups, no problem. But this is still really hard for me to get up. So go somewhere in the middle. Get good at lowering with the full push-up position. Drop the knees and come up with the knees. So I now took, I don't know, 40% of my body weight off, 30% of my body weight off for the up portion, but I used my full body weight to get down. That is the progression. And then from there, can I get up and down fully? Biggest thing that I see for those who are getting better at push-ups and they want to crank out a lot is we'll start to do 1 or 2, but watch my low back. It turns into this. It's not the end of the world. You'll see a ton of people do push-ups that way, but you've completely turned off your core. And a push-up is a moving plank. So that's why I spent so much time in the beginning of making sure when I'm on my knees, I'm still doing that. So if we're really trying to build a good push-up base, don't let yourself accept that push-up as a good rep. Hold on to your plank like your life depends on it. Yeah, so fast version. Hands are set up, wrist, elbow, shoulder. Belly is tight. Step my feet. Then I come back down to make sure I kept that plank. Arms go out at a 45. Shoulders don't collapse. Push myself back up with my plank. If I get better, my next step would be going down full body, drop my knees, come back up. If I get better at that, I take the whole thing up and down. If you have any questions, let me know.